.327 goals against average. He has lost just 5 of his 15 road games this season. Grant Fuhr, what can be said about this young man? Started every game this season. This is number 38. 16 wins. Not bad. And you have to call him young because he's playing that way. In front of him, starting for St. Louis, Al McInnes and Murray Barron, Corson, Vopat, and Brett Hall. The Leafs have Wood, Hendrickson, and Craig. Gill and Zettler are the defensemen. That was Wood trying to kick the puck ahead. Got it in on the net. Fjord just turned it away, and the Leafs would love to get something going early. You wonder, Harry, how much steam they have. Getting to bed here in St. Louis somewhere around 5 a.m. after the trip from Colorado. Well, they're on the attack early. It is centered right in front of Fjord. No shot on goal, though, and McInnes is coming out. Faked a long shot, got to the blue line, and tossed it into the side of the net. Randy Wood lost control at his own blue line. Jeff Norton for St. Louis. Big Creighton comes up over the Leaf line, trying to go in. He backhands it high onto the glass. Into the corner, Matzo. He's wearing number 33. He gets out in the big circle, trying to set up. No shot on goal from that pass by Matzo. Gilmore, number 93, went in there to buff his man. The Leafs do not get the puck out. It is shot in back of the net. And on the right side is Noonan. Puck in around the boards and coming out the other side. Matto back of the net, picked it up, left it for Noonan. He got it in front. Creighton was open, but the pass was intercepted. Andrechuk stopped just inside the Blues line. It's centered, score! The Leafs get a quick goal on that pass from back of the net. And 1:33 into the game, Toronto has a 1-0 lead as Doug Gilmour got in front of the goal.
Well, Gilmour was the recipient of a pass from Matt Sundin, who beat the St. Louis player to the puck after it went in the corner, and nobody took Gilmour, and he was all alone in front of Grant Fuhr, and all he had to do was redirect the puck. Fuhr not much of a chance on it, and some pretty shoddy defensive zone coverage and a lack of hustle among the Blue players to give Gilmour the chance.
Andrechuk got it going. Sundin got in on the play, and you saw it. Gilmour sliding it in off the post. Leafs lead 1-0. McInnes backed up a little bit before making the play to Barron, and he shot it away to center. Montag can't reach it, so he backs up in the net. Janssen tried to move it up on the boards. He did get it ahead, and the Leafs roll it up to center, and Murphy shoots it in wide of the net. Messo trying to get a shot. Courtnall stopped that. Back up for the Blues. Howard-Chuck with him. He lost it at the blue line. Has to back it up again. Leafs checking well. Nearly going. But now Courtnall gets loose. Janssen caught him. Bumped him in on the boards. And Toronto lines up to bring it out again. Gardner will give chase, but it's cleared away by Norton to center ice. Courtnall shoots it in. The Blues are going to make changes. Nearing the 3-minute mark, the Leafs have the first goal of the game. Scored by number 93, Doug Gilmour. This is Hudson in the lineup tonight, coming up for Toronto to center. Fired along one end. Baumgartner bumped along the boards. Hudson got in front. The puck went behind him. And the Blues get it back out. Pronger rolled it up across the line. Here's Domi. Twist, missed him. Trying to hit him as he was coming out. Domi moved to one side, then the other. Zettler went up there to help Baumgartner shoot it in deep. Norton around his own net. Toronto changing. Little hole on the right side for Broughton. He shot it in, and now he goes off to the St. Louis bench. Both teams changing as we move right along. 3.5 minutes into the first period. Toronto leading 1-0. Potvin stepping out to stop it. Nearly lost it behind the net with the forechecking Blues. Brett Hall missed it. Out to center is Hendrickson. The long shot and Fuhr of the save. Craig on the rebound. Tried to center it. Hendrickson was covered in the corner. Another long shot in there. Loose puck in front, but Fior got down quickly. And he smothers it with 3 Leafs right in on top of him.
Molson Canadian, who am I? Hockey Trivia Contest. Here's this week's first clue. You could win authentic hockey merchandise and even a trip for you and 3 friends to see a Stanley Cup final game. A random draw of all the correct answers we receive will determine our 3 weekly winners. As soon as you know the answer, call 1-900-870-0657. 50 cents per call. The phone lines will close 10 minutes after we give the 4th and final clue. For free entry, fax your answer to the 1-800 number below. Watch for the answer and the winners at the start of tonight's second game.
I think Ford has had its best successes when we've gone in our own direction. This is why we've given the Canadian...
Zettler's in for Yuskevich on defense. Potvin playing goal. Rhodes played last night. Sergio Momesso has taken Todd Warner's spot, and Benoit Hogue remains out, injured and or sick.
Fior the save on the long shot from McCown as the Leafs won the face-off. Wood stopped the rush near center, but now Brett Hull tries to get loose. Not in front of the net. He was checked, though, before he could get that big shot of his away. Hendrickson dumps it in. Fior out again. Nearly hit Wood as he tried to clear it in the corner, and it gets back to center ice. Leafs lead 1-0. We are nearing the 5-minute mark of the opening period at the Kiel Center in St. Louis. Leafs on it again. Fior on the short side makes an easy stop with a Craig shot. Orson trying to roll it in, and did. He is now going off. Quick changes for these 2 teams in the early going.
Mike Keenan obviously trying hard to get a matchup, and Burns not letting him do it without a problem. And that's why we have so many line changes here in the first 5 minutes.
Blues dump it in. Creighton failed to stop the high one. Pronger through, and he missed Noonan with that pass. So the Leafs shoot it down the ice. There'll be no icing. Contact made near center ice. Gilmore didn't see the crazy bounce off the boards as he was open. Blues try to organize, and they come in. The shot by Matteau was right on. Leafs back out. Pass for Sundin from Gilmore off his stick. Catches up to it. Andrechuk there with a shot for the net. Now here's one. It's deflected over the net. Hit a skate in front of Fior and went up high over his shoulder. And over the crossbar. Noonan backhands it down the ice. Blues changing again as Murphy is back. Up to Andrechuk. He gets rid of it. It's inside the Blues line and a race for it. Gardner failed to get there. And the Blues come back out. Inyo shoots one in. Potvin nearly set it up for St. Louis. And he hangs on to it.
Well, the St. Louis Blues lineup changes nightly according to the feelings of coach Mike Keenan. Here are the 6 defensemen they're using. He leans very heavily on the first 4 you see there, and plays Wells and Daniel not as much. And there are the 4 forward lines, and he will use 2 of them a lot more than the other 2. The newest player, Stefan Matteau, acquired earlier in the week from the New York Rangers, and of course Keenan and Matteau were together in Chicago as they were in New York, and now they are in St. Louis. He's real loyal to some guys. He just hunts them down after he's moved on from one city to another. We showed you in the opening, there are 4 of them who played elsewhere for Mike.
Peter Zazzle knocking the puck in over the line to the right of Potvin. Twist giving chase. McCown made the quick pass. Twist tried to hit the lead player Ellen on the boards and just missed him. Toronto has to come back. They're leading 1-0. That's an icing call against St. Louis. The goal was scored by Doug Gilmore.
Well, this is the toughest 4-game trip of the season, according to Pat Burns. They lost a game in Calgary where they didn't play very well at all. They lost a tough one last night in Denver, and then had a problem getting here. held up for half an hour at the Denver airport before they could get to the plane, and an hour and a half, Bob, on the plane, waiting for the maintenance man to come and put some more air in the front tire. So it was 5 o'clock in the morning here in St. Louis. I didn't call you because I knew you'd be sleeping. While the Leafs got in here, they're sick, they're tired. This is the 4th weekend in a row, 3 games in 4 nights. It'll be a gut test for the team in blue tonight.
It's a brutal schedule, there's no question. And the flu bug does not help. It's spread throughout the team, apparently. Pat Burns was saying it's through the league, whatever's happened. Well, Toronto leads here in the first period, 1-0. High shot in by Momesso. Rests in back of the net. Barron cleared it up off the boards and out, and Zettler's back for Toronto. Noonan watching him. He had to hurry the pass. So it's Al McInnes bringing it back up across center before shooting it in. Cardinal on the fly, went in there quickly to give it to Creighton. Brett Hull is on it, centered it right in front of the net. Backhander, score! The green line and a tie game.
Well, some good forechecking to cause the turnover, to cause the problem for the Leafs. They never did recover the puck, and it is 1-1. And here's where I'm talking about the turnover. Comes right here. Mike Gartner goes in to take out Big Creighton and bounces off him. Then Creighton heads to the front of the net. There's only one Leaf there, and he's already tangled up. Todd Gill is with a flare. Zettler goes in to take Hull and then turns and never can get back in the play. Todd Gill's doing a good job on Courtnall, but Creighton shows up on the scene. And remember, in the corner you saw Mike Gartner bounce off Big Creighton, and the Leafs were outnumbered.
A 1-1 tie on that goal. Set up by Hull, and now Gilmore in again. His shot deflected wide of the net. Courtnall picks it up, gets across center. And Corson was with him on the play, but offside. Creighton has tied it from Hull and Courtnall.
The team we selected to work on the new tours got an incredible amount of passion.
Craftsmanship is a very important part of the design.
It's all elliptical, inside and out.
It's actually sculpted around the components of the engines.
The wood actually flowed into the lamps.
Everything has a nice moving form, a sculptural form.
Our main objective and goal is to create a breakthrough design and put everybody else a step behind us.
We designed, we engineered, we invented the 1996 Ford Taurus.
You don't have to be a manual laborer to get a pain in the back. Sedentary work can be just as bad, but we can learn how to avoid injury in most, if not all, lines of work. If back injury does occur, there are treatments. Some have proved effective. Some are controversial. Watch Back to Basics.
A look at a problem that affects nearly all of us.
Thursday on The Nature of Things with David Suzuki.
Big Adam Creighton gets his fifth goal of the year from Hull and Courtnall to tie this game up. The pass from behind the net by Brett Hull. And then we have a 2-on-1. Two white-shirted players. Creighton is the one who grabs the puck. Todd Gill's got Courtnall tied up, and Creighton backhands it and gets under Potvin to tie the game.
Potvin got a piece of that pass off the stick of Hull, but not enough of it. Got in front of him. Creighton scoring.
I really think Creighton was trying to go up over Potvin and kind of missed the puck, and it went under Potvin.
A 1-1 tie coming up to the 8-minute mark of the first period. We're in St. Louis, the Leafs and the Blues. Craig really gave it up inside his own blue line. Hendrickson shot it across center ice. And the Blues pick it up again and dump it back inside the Leaf line. Zettler got his stick on it. Hendrickson taking it across center for Toronto. Couldn't carry on, and it's cleared away by Daigneault and down the ice. Blues changing again with Ellip coming back. Dave Ellip gave it up at the blue line. Creighton couldn't get going with it. Noonan is there with him. Puck is scooped in from the line by Barron. Now 2 Leafs get away. Coming in, Gardner. Hard shot, rebound. And a big save by Al McInnes, the defenseman, stopping a goal. 2-on-1 by Toronto. Shot by Gardner. Couldn't get by Fuhr. Still 1-1. Johnson comes back and just poked it up on the boards. Creighton in for checking. Has it for St. Louis. Bumped by Memesso. He went off stride. Memesso stays with the play and chases Manteau in on the boards. Manteau going down. Bill McCreary, the referee, allowing them to go. Another 2-on-1 and Gardner again. This time the pass to Gilmore. A little bit too far in front of him. Gardner working it around off the board. Sets it up again. Murphy couldn't catch up to it. Memesso to Gilmore. No shot from him. He's tied up. Gardner doing great work on this shift. Poked it in off the boards to Gilmore, who centered it right in front of the net. Memesso is stopped by Fuhr. The poke check by the goalie. Shot down the ice. Memesso has been struggling. That was a perfect setup for him to score, but he couldn't. A 1-1 tie. Leafs coming around right here as we've hit the 10-minute mark of period number 1. Shot in back of the net. Paul is back deep in his own zone. He couldn't get it out. Paul again. Pass to Pronger. It was a dangerous pass, but it got away from Andrechuk. Gordon, look out! Right in the tracks. Got nailed. Gordon once again. And again, DiPietro hits him. Paul backhand dropping it, but that is offside at the Toronto blue line.
Here's the second clue, the Molson Canadian Who Am I hockey trivia contest. Keep watching for more clues.
DiPietro had Jeff Courtnall lined up, and when we look at the replay, we're going to see Courtnall come up with the right arm and stick as he saw he was trapped in the dead-end alley, and he gave a shot to DiPietro, and DiPietro appealed to the referee McCreary, but to no avail. Jeff Courtnall told me before the game he's playing left wing for the first time in his life, and he's had a terrible time scoring, although lately he's beginning to put it together. Went 15 games without a goal and said he had 10 breakaways in those 15 games and didn't score a goal. Now Mr. McCreary's over talking to Mike Keenan about something. And of course Burns is going to want an interpretation here too, I'm sure. It may be it's the sweater, Tony Twist's sweater. Either Burns complained or the referee saw a problem with the uniform and he's going to take it off. I don't know what the problem was. Well, if you want to see what a player looks like with his sweater off, comes off pretty easy with those fighters, doesn't it? One tug, gone. So he must have had some equipment that was showing through. Maybe the V in the V-neck sweater was down too far, but I don't know whether Pat Burns noticed it and reported it to the referee or the linesman, or whether the 3 officials reported it. Anyway, St. Louis took a timeout, and now they're scampering behind the St. Louis bench in the dressing room to come up with another sweater.
Well, it's going to take a moment, so we'll take this moment.
Grilled cheese, macaroni and cheese tortellini, cheese dogs, spaghetti with cheese melt, cheese lasagna, cheese casserole, cheese dip.
You'll never run out of things to make, as long as you never run out of cheese.
Cheese bacon, cheese crumpet.
When you've got cheese, you've got choice.
Cheese quiche.
Still looking for a sweater. It's taking a little time to find one in the Blues room, and he's getting a little anxious. Tony Twist without the number. It's a 1-1 tie here in St. Louis. We're in the first period with 9:20 remaining. Leafs scored first, and the Blues answered at 7:12. Gilmore for Toronto, Creighton for St. Louis. Brett Hull slaps at the puck. It's in back of the Leaf net. 2 Blues in there alone to pick it up and line it up. Flipped in back of the net, coming out the other side for Norton, the defenseman, and he threw it into a crowd in front of Potvin. Andrechuk left it for Gilmore. He and Sundin. Sundin shot, a good one. Nice save by Fuhr. Loose puck, and Brett Hull has to come back to rescue it. And he's away. Hull coming in over the line with the shot. Not a hard one, but look at this one. McInnes, and he couldn't pick it up. He was flying in from the blue line. One-on-one. Sundin coming in, and he nearly got by Barron. Blues turn it the other way. McInnes drills a long one. Off the stick of Potvin and high into the crowd.
Turkey again, Andy?
Turkey again. Turkey again?
No. Stuffing.
Suffering the after effects of holiday spending? 2 double hamburgers are just $2 at McDonald's. Starts Tuesday.
When you own a business, you must forge ahead, chart new opportunities, go where others have only dreamed. We're the #1 Canadian airline to Asia for all these reasons, offering more destinations more often. If you're going to Asia, we wish you good fortune and hope it takes your business where it's taking ours.
Turkey again, Andy?
Turkey again. Turkey again?
No. Stuffing.
Suffering the after effects of holiday spending? 2 double hamburgers are just $2 at McDonald's. Starts Tuesday.
Well, welcome back to the Kiel Center in St. Louis. Here's the situation with Tony Twist's sweater. There was a tear right here at the collar of the sweater, and they say the pugilists will try to get any advantage they can. Here he is putting on a new sweater, and Tony Twist, they took his sweater into the dressing room. They did a sew job on it so that it couldn't be torn by an opposing player when he grabbed onto it in the course of a fight. So he's all sewed up, ready to go, guys.
Okay, Scott. He is ready to go, too.
What happens is if the sweater's too big because it rips,
go ahead, Harry.
in a fight, you grab it, and the guy's arm's still loose, even though you think you got a hold of the sweater. McSorley wears a very loose sweater, so fighters are always trying to come up with a bit of a gimmick. In Buffalo, they made Rob Ray. He can't take a sweater off anymore in a fight.
Potvin coming out of the net to stop it behind the Leaf goal, and he nearly lost it. 2 Blues were in very close to him. Came off the boards. Took a funny hop. He went down and finally held on.
Well, since Twist returned from being injured, he's added a dimension to the St. Louis Blues that they didn't have. He's only played 16 games, and he hasn't got a point. But if the opposition team needs to be calmed down physically, he's out there doing it. Or if Mike Keenan thinks the St. Louis Blues should step up the physical part of the game, Twist will play 2 or 3 shifts out of 4 or 5, and he is one of the bigger and tougher intimidators in the National Hockey League.
7:36 left in the first period. And a 1-1 tie here at the Kiel Center in St. Louis. Al McInnes winds up. Potvin stopped that. Good low, hard shot by McInnes. Henriksen comes in on McInnes now. Warded off to the boards. McInnes and Henriksen tied up. McInnes got a stick on it for Creighton. Chopped away to Noonan. And Noonan rolls it in over the Leaf line. Murphy circled in there. Potvin didn't know that. The Blues throw it through the crease. And the Leafs get it out. Henriksen reaching. He has to struggle to get back on side and offside on Wood on the far side.
Well, Grant Fuhr, what complimentary comments every player we talked to and the coaching staff had about Fuhr. And these statistics bear out what he's done in the past. Many people thought he was through before coming to St. Louis. Roger Nielsen told me that in their rating system, where they rate the players after every game, 1 through 5, 5 being the highest, 1 the lowest, this guy has had all 4s and 5s and has not played a bad game yet. This in his 38th start.
He opened up a lot of eyes on the Gretzky Tour last year. He was absolutely sensational. Hence, Mike Keenan getting all the scouting reports on the great show he put on over there. Signed him as quickly as possible. And he's played every game. Way ahead of any other goaltender in the National Hockey League. And apparently loves it. Well, he's in a 1-1 tie here with the Maple Leafs, who scored first. Gilmore got that goal at 1:33. And then Creighton at 7:12. Blues shoot it down. Montfang has to play it. Poked at it, knocked it in back of the net. Johnson trying to pick it up. And the Leafs are going to clear Momesso's pass across the ice. And Gill brings it in over the Blues line. But there's Craig Johnson again. Pronger fires one from center. Finally, they get it in deep. The Blues make changes as the Leafs have to go back to pick it up, and they swing out with it. Lobbed in by Gardner into the corner, across in front of Fuhr. Daigneault shot it on the boards, and Andreychuk stopped it for Gilmore. Gardner is in front, tried to set it up to Andreychuk. And the Blues clear of the zone. Dave Ellett. Pass up to Gilmore. He is stopped by Jay Wells. They had something going, but now Gilmore takes the puck. Surrounded, so throws it back to McCown. The lead pass, and Gilmore's coming in. Tried to fake Wells and lost it. And the Blues shoot it down the ice. However, this is going to be an icing call against St. Louis.
Well, it doesn't take very much to get Gilmore riled, and the wily old veteran Jay Wells managed to do that, playing his 1,039th career game in the National League. Gilmore, who has returned to form for sure, the Leafs 20 points in the last 18 games, and he takes big Roman Vopat into the boards with some enthusiasm. 286 games with the Leafs, 97 goals, 254 assists, 351 points. The guy has been marvelous.
You can't say that again.
Started the season at 191, weighed in before this road trip at 174, and said that perhaps his attempt to build his upper body up as he did the rehab on his bad back and the excess weight was one of the reasons why he got off to a bit of a slow start.
Blues had a 3-game losing streak snapped with a 4-1 win over Dallas here on Thursday. Toronto, as Harry has mentioned, lost at Colorado last night, 3-2, in a goaltender's duel.
Boy, you can say that again. Patrick Waugh versus Damian Rhodes, and there was nothing to choose between the two of them. Penalties to Wells and to Gilmore, 2 minutes apiece. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
First penalties of the game called by Bill McCreary, tonight's referee. Gilmore scoring first for Toronto. Adam Creighton tying the game for St. Louis. They've got 5:09 left to play in the opening period.
Well, when you need a draw on your own end of the rink, there are a few much better than Peter Zezel at winning them. Not only does he use his stick, but watch his feet. They often are the difference.
Blues, for a moment, nearly had the puck dropped in with too many men on the ice. Twist has now left, and they do drop it in. One shot through the crease. Comes out near the line. Janssen is checked immediately. Stays with the puck, though. Broughton trying to poke it out over the line and can't. Domi gets in the slot to Murphy. His shot is blocked by Fuhr. Domi going after it again. Zezel flipping the puck away, and the Blues get it out. Chopped back in by Kenny Janssen. Barron comes back for St. Louis. A 1-1 tie with 4:30 left in the opening period. Henriksen had to shoot it in quickly with Barron checking him. Brett Hull gets a little room to start. Headmans the puck up through center to Corson. Trying to get it back to Hull, who was heading for the net. It was intercepted, and the Leafs come back, led by Henriksen. With him is McCown. The shot hit a stick. Penalty coming up against the St. Louis Blues. The Leaf penalty, or the Leaf player in front of the net, Wood, was upended. Might be Fjord.
Nothing bad is going to happen to her. Oh, God. What a bastard!
She belongs here.
I have to protect her. The baby's gone.
A Mother's Nightmare, north of 60, Thursday at 9.
What's going on here?
Oh, my God.
I didn't write these prescriptions. First time I saw him, he was asking for drugs.
You think Dino stole your prescription pad?
Go back out the way you came.
He's using you. Where did you get the prescription?
I don't want to go out with you anymore.
Side Effects, Friday.
Did you know Canadians had a unique point of view? A twisted sense of humor. And love to laugh at themselves. We do, though. I'm Lauren Elliott, and tune in to an all-new radio show. We have comedy that will stretch your mind.
Madly off in all directions with Lauren Elliott, starting January 7th.
Oh, yeah, I'm on radio. Don't forget, radio.
We won't, Lauren. That's CBC Radio.
Back in St. Louis with an update from Ottawa. Brian Savage on fire to start the season for Montreal, but he waited 10 games for his 20th goal. Vincent Damphousse sets him up. There it is, number 20 to beat Mike Bales. It's now 2-0 Montreal over the Senators.
Grant Fuhr gets the penalty right here for tripping Randy Wood. And so the St. Louis Blues will be playing 2 men short. And the Leafs 1 man short. There are 55 seconds left in the penalties to Wells and Gilmore, so this is a real good opportunity for the Leafs.
A 4-on-3 in the skating department for Toronto over the Blues in a 1-1 tie. And just over 4 minutes left in the opening period. The clock winding down. I'm sure they'll put it back. They lost 3 seconds. That face-off not done fairly.
The Leafs are complaining about just that, Bob, that they haven't put it back. But the clock went when the puck was dropped.
It was at 4:04. Now it's 4:01. And they'll make it up right here. Sundin flipping it back to Janssen. Leafs power play. It's the first power play of the hockey game. Sundin and Janssen. They get over the line. Flipped in back to the net. Pronger, the big young defenseman, got it ahead but not out. Toronto on it. And now Pronger gets a chance. And he looks it away. Down the ice. 20 seconds left in the minor penalties. A minute 20 left in the Fuhr penalty. And a puck over the glass into the crowd.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs power play has been an important ingredient of their offense this year. They are 5th in the league with 40 power play goals. And against St. Louis in the 2 games they played them this year, they're 3 for 14.
Don Cherry is standing by for our first intermission, which is, of course, the coach's corner. And he's in Edmonton tonight with Ron McLean. So that's coming up with 3:15 left in this opening period at St. Louis. Wells and Gilmore, their penalties at 8 seconds left now. That's the time remaining on the 4-on-3 situation. A minute 13 left in the penalty against Grant Fuhr. Finally dropped in. And the Leafs have the draw. Janssen winds up. Decides to pass to Murphy. Janssen now at the line. Rolled it ahead. Sundin tried to make the pass, and it was cleared down the ice. Wells had just come from the penalty box, along with Gilmore. So in the Leafs power play, 50 seconds left. Andrechuk Getting across the line, Gilmore put it in front of the net where Sundin was waiting. It got by him. Leafs control it though inside the line. Andrechuk to Gilmore. Andrechuk is out front, had to knock down the high pass, and was checked quickly. Now he lets it go. Just missed Sundin, who was at the side of the net. Knocked down by the Blues inside the line, and Barron couldn't move it out. But now it's cleared away by Zezel. 15 seconds left in the power play for Toronto. A 1-1 tie, and the Leafs come up. Janssen gets a little bit of room on the left side, was stalled for a moment, and then DiPietro was ahead of him, offside.
Well, the Leafs threw the puck around quite nicely down low, right near the end of the power play there, and Sundin missed the pass across. Gilmore gets behind the net. He can operate with the best of them back there. Watch Andrechuk take this pass out of the air. If he misses it, it's down the ice probably. Then he throws it across. Here comes Sundin on the other side of Fuhr, and you can see he missed the pass across as it had to be up in the air to get through some sticks and skates. Gilmore from behind the net, few any better. He may pass it or he may jump out from back there.
And only 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to St. Louis. 2:10 left in this first period. Score tied at 1. Blues dumping down the ice. The penalty is over. And Jeff Norton, who is serving the minor penalty against Fuhr, is on the ice. Toronto coming up with it. Janssen shooting it in. High on the glass. 2 Leafs at the far side in there quickly. Norton trying to push his man off the puck. Takes over himself now, but Todd Gill was up. Couldn't center it. And stopped by Pronger. Gill stopped the pass. DiPietro tries to get loose. Sets it up for Gardner. He's knocked down in front of the net. And that will bring about another penalty. When the Blues get the puck. Potvin on the bench. Fuhr the save. No control yet, so the play goes on now as Jeff Norton knocks it down. McCreary calls the play, and another power play coming for Toronto.
Well, Mike Gartner caused the penalty with that great speed he's got, as he got a step outside Norton and then went to the net. And not many players can do this any better than Gartner, especially off the forehand, right there. And he's got Norton beaten, and you can see the hook that pulled him down. Mike Gartner, 1,218 career points, Bob. 1 point behind the marvelous Jean Beliveau in all-time scoring.
That's something.
When you start catching guys like Beliveau, that is something. You're right.
1:20 left of the period. Norton off for preventing maybe a scoring play by Gartner. Toronto's second power play of the period now. Morrison won the draw. And the Blues cleared out to center ice. Gill and Murphy are the 2 defensemen. Gilmore is up front. He has the lead goal. Coming in with Sundin and Andrechuk. Andrechuk slides it back to Gill. Can't handle it cleanly. Andrechuk does. To Gill. Shoots. That's deflected wide of the net. Aaron got a piece of it. Gilmore back of the goal. Comes out himself. Put it through the crease for Andrechuk, and he couldn't make contact. Gilmore again. But now McInnes rifles at it. Gill stopped that. Sundin against McInnes, and it hit Hall and goes down the ice. 30 seconds left in the period. Toronto with a man advantage, and Murphy taking his time. Stops behind his own net. Clock winding down. 23 seconds left in the period. The Leafs coming in with this one more chance maybe. It is Momesso trying to knock it back to the line. He's upended. The Leafs have it though. 10 seconds left in the period. At the side of the net, Fuhr comes diving out now and holds it. We have 8 seconds left.
Well, the St. Louis Blues lead the league in penalty minutes. 25.8 per game. 233 times they've been shorthanded. And although their penalty killing is pretty good, you're not going to be shorthanded that often and not have... Whoop. Jay Wall was watching those football games this afternoon, made a tackle there and got away with it. The Leafs, most of the power plays chances tonight the Leafs had been down low. Jay Wells, as I mentioned, the first-round pick many moons ago by the LA Kings, the 1979 draft. Gartner was in that draft. Every guy in the first round in 79 played in the National League. That hasn't happened since.
The Leafs have outshot St. Louis 10-6 in this first period with just 7 seconds left. That will not be a shot on goal. Fuhr stopping it at the edge of the crease and holding it again. We're down to 4 seconds.
Grant Fuhr 9-4-3 in his career against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And here at home, 9-7-4 with a 2.41 goals against average. A delightful guy. It's nice to see him make a comeback. And it was a comeback, too.
Face off to Fuhr's left. Puck is not dropped. DiPietro was dropped. Now he has to leave. Gartner comes in against Courtnall, only 4 seconds. Was a clean win by Gartner. Time for one more shot. Fuhr the save. And a puck cleared by Pronger. So the period ends with Grant Fuhr having to come up with a stop on the short side on that shot from just inside the line. Coming up in our first intermission. There he is. Don Cherry in the coach's corner. After one period here in St. Louis, Blues 1, Leafs 1.
Entertainment Weekly calls Nixon the best movie of the year. An absolute masterpiece.
You have everything you ever wanted. Why can't you just enjoy it?
Oliver Stone has made a compelling, fascinating film. Siskel and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up.
Daddy, they don't know the real you.
Anthony Hopkins delivers an Oscar-caliber performance.
When do the rest of us stop paying off your debts?
This is Nixon's finish. Nixon, now playing at a theater near you.
Static can make you feel like everyone's watching.
Hey, I'm walking. Yes, indeed, I'm walking.
So walk away. Don't let static stop you. Fight back.
Yeah, I'm walking.
Ultra Bounce, the static stopper, penetrates the fabric both inside and out to help control static.
That's what I say.
Get Ultra Bounce, the static stopper, and walk away from static.
Ooh, I'm walking.
Winter's here, and it's time to ask yourself, does your battery have the juice to get you started when you really need it? Do your tires have the traction you need for slippery situations? Only Canadian Tire offers MotoMaster batteries and tires to get you going in any situation. All at the everyday low prices you'd expect from Canada's automotive store. Canadian Tire, there's a lot more for your car for a lot less.
Rafasco understands industry. That's why industry trusts Rafasco. We carry one of the largest and most complete inventories of fastener and industrial supplies in Canada. Volume discounts available on bulk orders. Let Rafasco help your company save time, energy, and money. Rafasco keeps Canadian industry working. We are the source.
Hey, if you haven't heard about Tailgate Charlie's, then listen to this.
Good eats, good drinks. Great. I love it. Meet my friends and have a little game of pool. Excellent pool tables, excellent service. Best place in Osborne. Best place in the universe.
Nachos! The wings, ribs, and french fries. The food's excellent. It's a real nice place.
Tailgate Charlie's. Big screen TV, pool tables, patio, dancing. Tailgate Charlie's. Once you're here, you'll never want to leave.
Coach's Corner with Don Cherry. Brought to you by Canadian Airlines. Going to the ends of the earth to make a difference. And then going further.
For the people of Canadian Airlines, these signatures mean ownership. Commitment. They mean a better airline. One that's introducing more services to Asia, Latin America, and the USA. And a more comfortable way to get there. Because beyond every name is the understanding that if you want to get ahead in this world, there's only one other place you must go.
Welcome to the Edmonton Coliseum. Game 2 this evening, old home week. Mark Messier and the New York Rangers against the Oilers twice this week. They filled the building, capacity crowds for the Philadelphia Flyers, and last night the Los Angeles Kings. And Don, don't take a step backwards. You're here set to preface that game, talk a bit about fans in Edmonton, but first...
Preface?
Yes, they announced today that the coaches of the CHL, Canadian Hockey League's top prospect game, February the 15th at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto, will be you and Bobby Orr. What's that all about?
Well, we're trying to get Guy Lafleur, and Brian Kilray is going to assist me. We're going to have, like you said, the top drafts, and I'm going to beat Bobby, and this game is not to fool around. I'm going to have to tell Bobby, because my brother told me that a game like this last year, one of the kids dropped from number 1. The scouts take it quite seriously because they get against their own kind. Like, kid could be in a weak division, look good, all of a sudden he's here, he's down. So these kids are really going to be going. Top guys in the world, by the way.
Top 40 and you draft 20 aside. What about guys like Sharupov, Volchkov? I don't know if they're available to you or not in this thing.
Let's get on with this.
Okay, what do you think about the fans in Edmonton? The guns to their heads to come out and support the team, or the word is the Oilers leave Edmonton?
All right, here's what they have to do. They have to get 13,000 season seats. They have to have all the rink boards and everything, all those things sold out. They have to have all their skyboxes sold out. And then they get $7 million, which is not bad. The National Hockey League and the American clubs giving the Canadian one $7 million, but they have to be met. Looks like he scared the people because they've been out pretty good games coming up, though. You know, Eric and Gretzky and
next couple ahead, Hartford and Tampa and such will be a good test.
Well, what happened is that they still hold a grudge for getting rid of Gretzky and Messier, and that they don't realize, the people have got to realize that Gretzky and Messier, $20 million would be their contract because they're going anyhow. But the thing that really bothers the fans, and I have to admit it, Peter Puck's a pretty good guy, a friend of mine, that they never got anything back. That's the thing that bugs them the most.
So you're blaming Glenn?
No, what I'm saying right now is you can't, well, it's not very good not to get somebody back. Yeah. What am I in? I'm going to be, you know what I said?
Free agency in the CBA.
Anyhow, what I'm saying is they're coming out. You can't hold grudges. You got to come. If you don't come out, and I'm not shilling for it, it's up to them. They won't have a franchise. They won't get the $7 million.
5 Stanley Cups, so you can't blame them for wanting a winning product. And I think you're seeing it in Ottawa with Alexei Yashin. That's why they signed him.
Alexei Yashin, the whole deal came there. That threw the whole National Hockey League off. He wanted more than Daigle, and he should get more than Daigle. Daigle's getting 12.5. What is he getting? 15 million, I think, U.S. He should get it. He's the one Russian I like.
You like Pavel Bure now?
I like. Who said I like Pavel?
Well, he came to visit you.
Yeah, I like Pavel. But you know what I mean? Yeah, Sheen's a pretty good guy. He wears a Canadian helmet, no shield, and he's the top scorer. And to take a point, not renegotiate his contract, he didn't make 1 point. That was chicken. Anyhow, Pierre bit the bullet and did it, and that's the way he should be.
Speaking of the Ottawa Senators, I know you brought a little video pack featuring Trent McCleary and Alf Samuels.
Now, wait a minute. Let me set this up.
All right.
I'm not going in. Again, I'm just New York's here, Collins here, Campbell and all the Rangers, but I'm just going to say I don't understand how this guy gets away with it time and time again. First of all, I'm going to show you, just a minute, Larry, don't roll. I'm going to show you where he takes a swipe at McCleary in Ottawa, and he doesn't get anything. Okay, roll that right now. All right. Now watch, he takes a swipe, hits him in the back of the leg. I don't know what he's doing over here, give him a face wash or something. But wait till you see the next one.
You got nothing for that?
You got nothing for that. Now watch when we go to New York. All right, now watch, go ahead, roll it in New York now. Looking at it, watch this here now. He passes the puck. Here comes McCleary going off. Now watch this. He hits him. Down he goes. He lays there for 2 minutes. Now, believe it or not, he got 5-minute major for that. Now, Graves thinks that Samuelson is hurt. He's not hurt at all. He goes over and gets thrown out of the game in a 4-4 game. And this guy got nothing for the stick infraction, and McCleary got 5-minute major. Can you believe for that?
Should have been a 5-minute for diving, perhaps. I don't know if I've ever seen that. You know, Don, I had a chance in Newmarket to referee the junior showcase. Where have you been for Christmas? You had any tournaments?
Well, I've been to the Bell. I've been to the midget tournament, but something's happened in these tournaments that's starting to bother me. First of all, you people read how the papers with glee say Russians 12 win, Czechs win 12. But these are packed clubs playing against our teams, our clubs. These teams are packed. Something happened in St. Thomas last night I'd like to talk about. First of all, one of their players got thrown out from hitting from behind. The Czech coach attacked the referee, and he got thrown. I guess he was choking him. And then after the Czechs won, and after the game, they did the Tiger Williams, rode around on their sticks and giving it to the fans and stuff like that. Then some of our guys come back and saw it being rubbed in, and they started the fight. I mean, these tournaments are getting, you bring these teams over.
I don't even like it when our guys go along the bench and all.
Oh, yeah, high five, hot dog stuff, you know where that comes. All right, but there's one. How much time I got?
You got about a minute.
There's one thing that happened last Tuesday that I think is one of the rat-fig jobs of all time. I'm going to name them. The Toronto Nats, 9-year-old kids, were going into Burlington to play in the tournament. They're all excited and everything's going like that. Somebody, and I'm not going to mention who they were, that the two kids had played for before, faxed the Burlington tournament and said these two kids aren't legal. So they were legal, by the way, I checked, but the tournament directors went and said these two kids can't play. Can you imagine this? 9-year-old kids, those rat-figs, faxed 3 days before. Instead of the tournament phoning and telling them they couldn't play, they let them come there. So, okay, the coaches went to the kids. They said, well, two of our teammates can't play. What do you want to do? The rest of them say, I get tears in my eyes when I think of it. They said, if our teammates can't play, we won't play. And they walked out of the tournament. Rat-figs, guys that would do that to 9-year-old kids, I have no use for. You don't belong in hockey.
They should play. You don't like this regional stuff and everything else in minor hockey?
Let the kids play. You people out there, you think you're Sammy Pollock or somebody like that. The idea is for the kids to play. You people that fax that and people like you don't belong in hockey.
Can't argue with that. The young Nats should dress according to the old Natalie dressed on this installment of the Coach's Corner on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC.
Shame to yourselves.
Coach's Corner on CBC, brought to you by Canadian Airlines. Going to the ends of the earth to make a difference, and then going further.
Well, I'm sort of the navigator when we drive.
Not looking at any maps or anything, just hopping into the vehicle and...
We've gotten lost a couple times.
Introducing CIBC Insurance, the direct way to better car insurance. For a no-obligation quote, just call 1-800-903-0008. It's available only by phone, so it's fast, easy, and since you buy direct, it could save your money.
The car in front of us stopped.
And if it wasn't for...
With CIBC Insurance, you get personal service and advice from our licensed insurance professionals, ready to help with coverage or claims 7 days a week.
I see mountains, I see rivers, lakes, I see good weather, bad weather.
I see bears.
To see how fast and easy car insurance can now be, and how you could save money, call CIBC Insurance today. For a no-obligation quote, just phone 1-800-903-0008. Call 1-800-903-0008 for your quote.
He's my personal chauffeur.
At CIBC, we're working to see what you see.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. This wish to you is from your Durham Region GM Goodwrench Service Plus dealers. Sheridan Chevolds in Pickering, Williamson's in Uxbridge, Gus Brown Pontiac Buick in Whitby, Roy Nichols Motors Curtis, Boyer Pontiac Buick in Pickering, Ontario Motor Sales Oshawa, Bob Meyer Chevolds Ajax, Cliff Mills Motors in Oshawa, Bruce Bissell Buick Pontiac Ajax, and Nurse Chevolds in Whitby. Happy motoring, one and all.
Mount Kirby Ski Shops. Quality, selection, service, price, and powder points. Mount Kirby Ski Shops offer an unbelievable selection of brand name skis, over 35 varieties of snowboards, quality boots, bindings, and expert fitting, stylish ski wear and accessories. With every purchase, you collect powder points. $500 gets 500 powder points and 2 nights, 3 days of accommodations at spectacular skiing locales. Mount Kirby Ski Shops, Taunton Road, East Oshawa, and opening in December at Oshawa Ski Club.
When it comes to the best equipment for golf and racket sports enthusiasts, you can rely on the pros at Nevada Bob's in Whitby. Nevada Bob's carries only the best names in golf: Spalding, McGregor, Titleist, Wilson, Ram, and Atonic. And in racket sports, Yonex, Prince, Head, and Wilson, plus name brand footwear. For golf and racket sports, the knowledgeable pros at Nevada Bob's will get you into the game. Nevada Bob's, 1121 Dundas Street East in Whitby.
New Year's Eve! It's party time!
Happy New Year!
Jazz! Find out why 1995 is the year of the fart. An all-new special New Year's Eve at 9 on CBC!
Future Look, Brought to you by the Ford Motor Company of Canada Limited, proud sponsors of the Hockey Hall of Fame and makers of the new 1996 Ford Taurus.
Tonight, North Vancouver native Brendan Morrison.
We wanted the car to have great stance, suggesting power.
We have an all-new 3-liter double overhead cam 4-valve V6 engine called Duratec.
The customer would have to spend less on his car to maintain it.
The car is extremely fun to drive, and that's a combination of precise steering, ride control of the car. The driving experience is going to be nothing short of astonishing.
We designed, we engineered, we invented the 1996 Ford Taurus.
Brendan Morrison's 20 years old, stands 5'11" and weighs 170 pounds. His forte is his ability with the puck. His offensive promise led New Jersey to draft him in 1993. For 3 seasons, his skills have vaulted Michigan to national prominence. Last season, he was a first-team All-American and a finalist for the Hobie Baker Award as top U.S. collegian. Morrison's hoping for a spot in professional hockey once his degree is earned and realizes which areas he'll have to improve upon.
I think one of my main strengths is the way I read the ice and see plays develop. I think because of that, I'm a pretty good playmaker. That's one of my strengths, I feel, and also I think I can score too. But playmaking is mainly my strength.
Future Look, brought to you by the Ford Motor Company of Canada Limited, proud sponsors of the Hockey Hall of Fame and makers of the new 1996 Mercury Sable.
When you get to feeling like you've run out of luck, maybe what you need is a brand new truck. Goodness gracious, let's make a deal.
Goodness gracious, Edgetown Ford Lincoln Mercury is Central Ontario's truck center with the full line of tough Ford trucks, Ranger, F-Series pickups, Ford Explorers, Super Cabs, Windstar, and Aerostar minivans, and more. At Edgetown, they're all priced to sell fast with easy financing of the plan. See Edgetown Ford Lincoln Mercury, Highway 36 and Bob Cajun.
Goodness gracious, let's make a deal.
I've heard you're installing new carpet.
Our carpeting won't be installed by you. The professionals from Peterborough Carpetland are here. Have a look. See, the carpet must be stretched properly or will wrinkle and buckle. It must be finished neatly in all doorways. Beautiful! Do it right. Get the professionals from Peterborough Carpetland, 933 Weber Avenue, just south of Clonsilla in Peterborough.
Who's there, Wadsworth?
Nobody! Be off now!
Hi, I'm Sergeant Rick Bates of the Durham Regional Police Ride Program. Our goal is to reduce impaired driving everywhere. If you're on the road doing random spot checks this Christmas, if you drink, don't get behind the wheel.
The children of the former Yugoslavia continue to suffer unspeakable pain and torment. Mercy International Canada is responding with shipments of food, clothing, and medical supplies that are needed right now. Please come with your pledge of support.
This is Jim Henderson and his buddy Mark Larson, the best of friends, inseparable since they were kids. They do everything together. This year, they took up skiing and bought almost identical equipment. Mark got his equipment at a fancy ski shop. Jim, however, came to play it against sports, where he traded in some used sports equipment to get the lowest possible price on skis. It also meant Jim had money left over for lessons.
Come to Play It Again Sports and trade in your used sports equipment.
This portion of Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC is brought to you by Ford of Canada, makers of the ultimate in luxury, the 1996 Mercury Sable.
Pat, you guys are sick and tired, literally. How do you feel they responded in the first?
I thought they responded pretty good. There's a little bit of a flu bug going around right now, and we didn't get to bed till 5:30 this morning. So the guys are a little bit tired, but I thought we weathered the storm very, very well. The first period was full. We knew they were going to come at us. They did come at us, but we got a quick goal, and if we can just keep on going from here, coming down from that big altitude definitely probably advantages us a little bit because we're just flying right now.
The first Saturday of '96 features 3 games on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC. Patrick Roy and the Colorado Avalanche make their second visit in a month to Maple Leaf Gardens to visit the Leafs. Pat LaFontaine and the surprising Sabres take on Jocelyn Thibault and the Canadiens. While our late game comes from Vancouver, where the Canucks host Brian Bradley's Lightning.
All the big guns gonna shoot out the lights. The place will be rockin' till Saturday night.
And welcome back to the Kiel Center in St. Louis for period number 2. We are in a 1-1 tie, and as we start the period, the Blues shorthanded for 39 seconds. At least win the draw and get it in. McInnes rattles it hard on the glass, and it gets out over the blue line. Toronto brings it back in, and they set it up along the line, but Andrechuk missed the pass. Murphy has to back up. Murphy again, forced all the way back by Corson. Only 12 seconds left in the power play. And the Leafs come up. Andrechuk over the line. The pass to Murphy, right in front of the net. Gilmour, stopped by Pure. Best save of the game for Grant Pure. A dandy on Gilmour. What a stop. That's icing against St. Louis, but Pure shining right here in the first minute of play in the second period.
You're right. He took what looked like a sure goal away from Gilmour. What a terrific pass it was from Larry Murphy, who feathered the pass past the defenseman to put Gilmour in. Andrechuk starts to play with a cross-ice pass to Murphy. Now watch this pass coming up right here. He's got to get it over and through Murray Barron. And he does it right there, and Gilmour gets it, tries to go up on the stick side, and Pure left the big blocker there.
Great save by Grant Pure. So it remains 1-1. Creighton comes up. Comes in on goal. Can't get a shot on the net, though. Flipped away up on the boards, and the Leafs bring it out. Gardner stopped on the line by Norton. Play a little scrambly along the boards near the line. Finally, DiPietro shoots it down the ice. This is Pronger with the puck for St. Louis. He was stopped, so he just fired it on the boards. Got it down the ice all right. The Blues get a chance to change him up. Gardner through the middle of the pass. It's intercepted. And Al McInnes shoots it back out. Gardner was there and lost it. Blues bring it in. Broughton flipped it back, and Gardner was there waiting for it. And he's in. Take the shot. Now DiPietro with a shot. Works the fake and the low shot. He missed the net. Cecil back down for St. Louis. Going for the net. It is McInnes getting a drive. Hit the side of the goal. Broughton kicked it loose against Gill. Gill stays close. Hudson flipped it away, and Baumgartner was checked by Al McInnes and shot it all the way down the ice. Domi, good hustle, but he couldn't get there in time. We'll take a break here to visit with Scott and Dale Howardchuk.
Dale, for a team that's trying to get something going, you responded in the first period to an early goal by the Leafs. How did you see the first?
Well, I think, they get that quick goal that kind of set us back a little bit, but we sort of came on, and then we ran into penalty trouble. But overall, I think we were looking to get a quicker start, and obviously the road team's trying to take the crowd out of it right away, and they did.
How about you, a period of adjustment coming to St. Louis? How's it working out?
Well, it's been up and down. I mean, there's been times I haven't played much, and other times I played a lot, and I had a couple shifts in the first period, but you got to stay ready because you never know with Mike, and I just got to make sure I got myself ready mentally.
Dale Howardchuk is on there now. Takes a bump from Hudson in on the boards, and the Leafs come up with it and clear the zone. Domi tried to get a pass. Checked by Johnson. Domi stays with the puck and rolled it back at the net for Hudson. He tried to get it out front, and Daniel cleared it. Johnson across the Leaf line and stopped. Cardinal gets in front with Howardchuk. Cardinal again, penalty coming up, and it's going to be against Toronto. A high sticking call has been made with Pure leaving the net. And the puck for a while, and then the Leafs touch it, and Janssen gets the penalty.
Well, the Leafs had the puck and looked like they were going to get it out of the zone, and the It was kept in by the Blues, and then Janssen had to hook the player. Bounces by Kenny Janssen right here, so now he hooks Hawerchuk right in the face and gets a high sticking penalty, and lucky it wasn't more than 2 minutes. Dale Hawerchuk played very infrequently in the first period. You could see when he was talking to Scott, he wasn't even sweating, so you never know with Mr. Keenan whether you're going to get much ice time or not.
He mentioned he had 2 shifts in the first period. Got out early in the second period and had a good scoring chance.
16 points in his last 15 games, only one of them being a goal.
2:53, the penalty against Janssen of Toronto. The score is tied at 1. Now the Blues power play. We'll bet that Brett Hull will get a shot or two. He's on the ice now and going for the net. Got to the corner where he got the pass and fired it right back to the line to Norton. He's looking for Hull and finds him. Shot back to the goal. Orson let it slide back to the line. Norton drives it. That is blocked neatly by McCown. He sends it back down the ice. Norton going back to the net against Andrechuk, the forechecker. Orson barely onside, taking that pass. McInnes slides it ahead to Hull. And Gilmore easily intercepts his pass, and the Blues will have to come back again. 1:14 left in the Leaf penalty. A 1-1 tie, and the Blues come out on the power play. Norton brings it over the line. Stick handles in. Saw Corson, but he's knocked down by Wood. The crowd wanted another penalty. He goes right on. 55 seconds left in the power play for St. Louis. Hull hasn't had a shot yet. He's waiting near the point now. So puck goes in deep. They get it out to McInnes. Ahead to Hull. No shot from him. Hull again. Lost it. And it's back to center ice. 35 seconds left in the power play for the Blues. Hull didn't get that pass. Leafs doing a good job checking the Blues right here.
St. Louis 17th in the league on the power play, and with the 5 guys they can put out there, that's a discouraging statistic.
Hawerchuk can't get through, and the Leafs are going to get it out to Gilmore. DiPietro just missed a pass near center ice. Gardner trying to get up there with him. Back in for Courtnall. Courtnall shot. Missed the goal. Penalty over. Janssen went after his man. Pronger at the point. Courtnall can't get a shot through. Stopped by McCown. At the line again. This time the drive. Stopped by Putman. And another by Daigneault. That one off his stick to the corner. Gallant falls on it. He's not going to move. Poked it ahead with his hand. And the Leafs shoot it down the ice. So that's an icing call against Toronto. They killed off that penalty.
Any kind of rescue. Do you understand me? I'll get my daughter.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, sudden death. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
Turkey again, Andy?
Turkey again. Turkey again?
No. Stuffing.
Suffering the after effects of holiday spending? 2 double hamburgers are just $2 at McDonald's. Starts Tuesday.
If you're looking for clues as to why the Ottawa Senators have only 8 wins, here's one of them. A blatant miscue by Stanislav Netskash. That means Andrei Kovalenko gets the puck, pops in his 13th goal of the year. 3-0 Montreal over the Senators. And then Yaroslav Modry from just over center hits a Montreal Canadiens defenseman. It's passed Thibault. 3-1 now, Montreal over the Senators.
Thanks, Scott. Scott Russell keeping us posted on other games. That one in Ottawa. Canadians ahead right here. It's tied 1-1. The Blues and the Leafs. Gill on the puck, falling, but he gets it out to center ice. Gill once again banked it off the boards. The Leafs go in after it. Ty Domi in the corner. He's hauled down. Domi gets up and has something to say. Play goes right on, though. Domi now chasing Norton. He won't catch him. Norton got the puck up to Courtnall. He's checked immediately. And the Leafs on it again. Hudson trying to make a play. He's going in himself. The defenseman Pronger fell down. He got a shot away, and Fuhr had the angle on him. Johnson for St. Louis. Shoots along one end. A sign for the Blues to make quick changes again. Murphy's long pass up the center. Andrechuk. Tough time hanging on to it. He got it up to Gilmore, and he was stopped. Hill fed it back. Long shot in from center ice for Fuhr. Might have been off the net. Stopped it anyway, giving it to McGinnis. Pound blasts one from outside the line. Andrechuk caught up to it. Got through his skates somehow and out. He's on it again, but they hold it on the boards. And no further play.
Well, Bob, I walked over from the hotel, a block and a half walk to the rink here in St. Louis with Ty Domi, an interesting guy to talk to for the 5-minute walk. He was telling me he wasn't feeling very well, that his game meal, which the Leafs ate at 12, didn't last very long. And just as we got to the rink, he said, "Excuse me," walked over to the side of the road and was sick again. Playing, and you wouldn't know it.
That's not normal for Ty Domi.
I think he'd have to be a lot sicker than he was to keep him out of a game.
Glenn Hall, maybe. Not Domi. Orson trying to start a play from his own zone. It didn't work. We are nearing the 8-minute mark of the second. 1-1 tie. Both goals scored in the first period. Barron comes out. Given a little bit of room to get across center and then shooting it in. The Blues come in after it. Both play made by Corson. He got it over in front. Hull was hauled down. One shot hitting the side of the net. Andrechuk took a hit but got it out. Wells played it back ahead for Corson, who brought it in on the left wing boards. Tried to center it as he got back to the net. Daigneault kept it in. Again, Daigneault knocked it down at the blue line. Nice play to keep it in. Hall centered it. Hit a skate, came back to him, but he's all tied up this time. He wanted a penalty call. He says something to McCreary as the Leafs get away to center. Gilmore's alone on this play. The Leafs were changing, and he stopped, and a penalty is now being called against St. Louis. Gilmore was knocked down on the cross-check by Corson.
Critics across the country agree Heat has got it all. The stars, the excitement, and the acclaim. Time magazine declares Heat awesome, truly epic, a masterpiece, wholly original. Newsweek calls it stunning. The most impressive collection of actors in one movie this year. USA Today gives Heat 4 stars, staggering, red hot. The Calgary Sun says, with its sizzling performances and explosive action, it's the most incendiary action movie of the year. The Montreal Gazette calls it riveting. Rob Salem declares, the best gets no better than Pacino and De Niro. There's not a single second of Heat that I could have done without. Maclean's calls it intoxicating, spectacular, a treat to watch. And the Ottawa Sun says Heat is tense and chilling, with a cast that soars to perfection. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, Heat. Directed by Michael Mann. Now playing at a theater near you.
The captain, Shane Corson, is in the penalty box on the cross-check on Gilmore.
Yeah, he pinned Gilmore against the boards. It was right after Hull bitterly complained about a no call in the Leaf zone. And so the fans were quite upset when they saw that cross-check. I'm not sure Corson hit him, but he wanted to, so he gets two.
And the Leafs get a power play again. And a 1-1 tie here in St. Louis. The Blues quickly clear the puck out. Hull stopping near center. Kills a few more seconds. Cleared across center ice and finally to Hull. In with a shot. The wrist shot. He missed the net by a foot on the far side. Toronto organizing now to come out. Johnson had to stop. The pass up to DiPietro and Gartner. Gartner leaving it. DiPietro shot. Blocked by Fuhr. Nice save by Fuhr again. And Barron clears the puck out to center ice. This stopped by Johnson. Gartner in again. Take the shot. Murphy shoots it. Hit right on Fuhr. And he got enough of it. Leafs can't keep it in. Nearing the halfway mark of the second period. Score is tied at 1. Here's Momesso. Shoots. Fuhr blocked that. At the line is Murphy. Going the other side with it. Gill from there. Stopped by Fuhr. That's knocked away. Along the boards. Portnoy trying to sweep it out. And did. Toronto offside. They didn't wait long enough. Todd Gill at the blue line. And we have Scott Russell for you, along with Rob Ranage.
Thanks very much, Bob. Former captain of the Leafs, former St. Louis Blue, and now a broadcaster. Rob, how about the Blues? They've made so many changes under Mike Keenan. Do you see them finally coming together?
I don't think so, not yet. They've had a very good December. They've only lost a few games, but they've had a very favorable schedule, too. Playing a lot of sub-500 teams. They've had a tough time beating the good teams, and that's why it's a test for them tonight. Try and beat the Leafs, because they are a good team right now.
Everybody says the story's Grant Fuhr. Why?
He's just been the old Grant Fuhr of the Edmonton Oilers days. He's really kept him in a lot of games. It's been he and Brett Hull.
All right, Rob, thanks a lot. Good luck.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you.
And it's a great pleasure for the Leafs because Andrechuk got loose all alone and walked through Grant Fuhr with a shot. Hard one.
Well, Fuhr had no chance on this one, and he has kept the St. Louis Blues alive for this second period. A nice passing play right here to Andrechuk coming down the pipe on the wrong wing, so he's got the puck right in the middle of the rink, and Dave Andrechuk snaps it away to make it 2-1 Leafs, and Mike Keenan is going to make a goaltending change, and this I can guarantee you is not because he's upset with the way Grant Fuhr is playing, because Grant Fuhr has been the best player on the ice for either team. This is a wake-up call for his players.
Probably not the last goaltending change in the game.
Grant Fuhr may be instructed not to take his mask off when he goes to the bench. And this is one of Keenan's coaching characteristics. It stalls for some time, too. And the Leafs have been all over the Blues this period. Out-shooting them badly, out-chancing them badly, and out-working them badly.
The goal scored by Andrechuk. The Leafs with a man advantage, so a power play goal from Murphy and Gartner at 9:45 of this second period to make it 2-1 Toronto.
Now Keenan knows the regard the St. Louis Blue players have for Grant Fuhr, and Fuhr was greeted by every player when he came to the bench. So this is a move by the coach to try and get the rest of the players to jack up their performance. And Roger Nielsen is down there talking to Grant and making sure that Grant knows exactly why it happened, as if you have to tell Grant that. He's played here long enough to know it happens on a regular basis.
He made 15 saves in the game. Doubt he's been the busier of the two goaltenders. Now Racine is in. Fuhr on the bench. Not sure, ready to come back in again. We'll see. Allen starts out. Long pass, a little bit too far for Craig to handle cleanly. Toronto has taken a 2-1 lead here against St. Louis on that Andrechuk power play goal. Great sliding one in. The Leafs are back covering up in front of Felix Potvin. Shot near center, near the blue line, but not out. Norton stopping it from getting to center ice. That's Wood feeding it back in his own zone, and another penalty being called now, and this one is against Toronto. Power play coming up, Blues.
Here's the third clue in the Molson Canadian Who Am I Hockey Trivia Contest. Keep watching for one more clue.
Well, the Leafs just scored a power play goal. Andrechuk from Murphy and Gardner in 9:45, and now Ellett gets this penalty.
Watch Ellett. The St. Louis player is going to beat him to the puck, and on the way to the puck, Ellett trips him or hooks him. Here's another look at the goal. It was a nice passing play. You can see Andrechuk coming down the middle right there. There are no chance whatsoever on the 11-foot shot. One sweeping motion, and we know that Dave Andrechuk can get it away in a hurry.
So can Al McInnes. So he's checked quickly. Now he gets a shot away and missed the net with it. The wrist shot by McInnes from the blue line. Pronger stops it, feeds it in, and the Leafs are going to get a chance to clear it out. McInnes covering that hole, but couldn't stop Andrechuk from batting the puck down the ice. 8:50 left in the second period. Toronto 2, St. Louis 1. Corson has to shoot it from center. Potvin out to stop it. Decides to try to clear it himself. He got it a bit high. It hit the glass, though, before it went into the crowd. So the faceoff will come inside the Leaf line to the left of Felix Potvin.
38 power play goals by the Blues. They've scored one in their last 27 attempts. We talked about the number of good-looking offensive players they can put on it. Another Keenan coaching characteristic is he never practices the power play. He didn't with New York. He didn't with Chicago. He didn't with Philadelphia. He says they're all million-dollar hockey players, and they ought to come up with the plays on their own.
They're young and smart enough.
Right. But 1 for 27.
Something's got to give. They've got one here. Pass is back to the line. McInnes had to go to the backhand to pick it up. Cardinal waiting, maybe a bit too long. And Gilmore had a stick lift it, couldn't get it out. Cardinal shot off the glove of Potvin. And in back of the net, it comes back out in front. He scores! Howard Chuck got it high. And the game is tied.
Not a pretty power play goal. But Dale Howardchuk, who scored a few of them in his career, puts it up over Potvin, his 494th career goal. Gilmore had a chance to get it out. Courtnall kept it in, and the Leafs never did get the puck back. Todd Gill sweeps it off Howardchuk's stick twice, and in reasons that only Felix Potvin knows, he goes down early. And the puck was up over him. Dale Howardchuk, 2-2.
11:49, the time of the goal, his 5th of the season. Howardchuk on the power play, and St. Louis have tied Toronto. Twist backhands the puck in deep. Chasing the puck with the goaltender, Potvin, trying to clear it. It gets out over the line. Cardinal and Pronger got assists on the Howardchuk goal. Domi's low shot missed the net. This crowd's starting to drive the Blues a bit now. Racine cleared one away. It's back to the net again. Comes out front. Racine covering and just barely holds his pad on the post. And the Leafs come close to going ahead again. But Racine tested here after replacing Fuhrer.
Loaf, grilled cheese, macaroni cheese, cheese tortellini, cheese dogs. Spaghetti with cheese, cheese melt, cheese lasagna, cheese casserole, cheese dip.
You'll never run out of things to make, as long as you never run out of cheese.
Cheese pancake, cheese crumpet.
When you've got cheese, you've got choice.
Cheese quiche.
It seems ironic that trucks so diligently engineered to be quiet would have so much volume.
Dodge Ram and Dodge Ram Club Cab, the roomiest pickups on the road. Dodge. Canada's truck stop.
Closed captioning of tonight's game is provided by Mr. Transmission.
On the save by Racine, well, maybe not so much of a save. Watch.
I think it went in. Ty Domi snaps one from about 6 feet out, and it looks like Racine's got it behind the goal line under his glove. But you have to be able to see the puck over the line for it to be called. And the video goal judge can look at this and call the referee over, but he decides it wasn't in.
And Messel takes a shot. That deflected off the goal post. The Leafs are all over the Blues right here. Applying pressure. Another shot gets in front of the net. St. Louis running around trying to get it out, and they do. It's poked back to center ice. Here's Cordnall coming in, shoots. Bang, got enough of it. I went up high. Great scoring chances now. It is still 2-2. Officially, the Blues and the Leafs are tied. Centering pass missed Cordnall. Janssen trying to move it out. Can't. Putman, big save on that shot. Another one through the crease, harmless. Norton shot from the blue line. And that's wide of the net. Toronto on a move now. It's opened up a bit here in the second period. Omesso shoveling one in. Along the boards, Norton picks it up and couldn't get out. He fell. Gartner stole it, couldn't carry on. Johnson gets away for St. Louis. Shoots! Late pad save by Putman. And the play stopped. A penalty call. They were in the midst of changing, or a bench penalty has been called. We'll tell you when we come back.
They made a mistake. They sent me to the wrong place.
James Cole doesn't know where he is,
He thinks he comes from the future.
why he was chosen,
Going to save us, Mr. Cole?
or who he can trust. I can get you out. The only thing he does know
They mutate! We live underground!
is that the Army
I tell you, people are going to die.
is coming.
Too late! Too late!
Bruce Willis, Madeline Stowe, Brad Pitt, 12 Monkeys. Now playing in select areas. Starts Friday at theaters everywhere.
The Leafs get the penalty, and I believe it's a bench penalty being called.
Yes, McCreary was coming up the ice on the St. Louis Blues rush and heard something he didn't like from the bench. And he's calling an unsportsmanlike conduct. He either knows who said it or doesn't care who said it. He knows where it came from.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Toronto. Murphy is going to serve it.
That's a strange one, so maybe it was Murphy. Must have been Murphy who called it, because I wouldn't think that Pat Burns would select him to serve it if he had a choice.
The score is tied 2-2. And the Blues on the power play again. Howard-Chuck tied the game with a power play goal. Their last effort. They're in a good spot now to take the lead. Toronto sending them back, and Al McInnes will come out for St. Louis. To Zessel, gets rid of it quickly near center. Hall brings it over the line. He's checked, so he has to shoot it in back of the goal. Zessel there with Corson. Pronger stopped it with a skate, tough time handling it. Gets it in for Corson. He knew Hall was on the other side behind the net. Got it to him. Hall takes it off the boards from McInnes. Now comes in. Corson to Hall again. McInnes is open out there. He goes to Corson. The other side for Corson. The Leafs keep him outside. Zessel to McInnes, shoots. Pop bad, big save. Pronger in, Hall in. Corson scores. The Blues take the lead 3-2.
His ninth power play goal of the year, and it comes after a booming shot from the point and a good stop by Potvin. Potvin couldn't get the puck back and everyone's trying to find the puck instead of knocking some players down. You can see 4 St. Louis Blues and 3 Toronto Maple Leafs, and Corson, the extra man in the scrum, grabs the puck and snaps it in. Nobody for the Leafs could get their stick on the puck, and Corson finally did and put it up over Potvin, his 12th of the year.
14:27, the time of the goal. Corson from McInnes and Zazzle. Another power play goal by the St. Louis Blues. McInnes drives one in, nowhere near the net. Blues lead 3-2. Gill back in his own zone, having to move quickly. Matto is in there watching him. Gets it up to Craig. His pass through center. Hendrickson shoots it in deep, and Racine out of the net to stop it. 4:45 left in the second. The Blues have taken the lead. Matto got it up smartly. Now he's trying to pick it up, and the Leafs were there to intercept it. DiPietro down for Toronto. Good play to Gardner, and his shot on the short side just missed the post. Play call. McCreary is busy here in the second period. Slashing call.
As a rule, engines develop
out front, and he can't get it by Fuhr, so he's back in the nick of time. Good save by Fuhr, and again Sundin coming out front. A puck in front of the net. Crowd of players, and the Blues a bit spirited now. Rifle it away. 3:45 left in the period. Leafs trying to tie it. On a power play, they shoot it in. But right to Al McInnes, so you know where that's going. Cardinal is cruising up there. Murphy couldn't move it quickly to take advantage of Cardinal being in deep. Now it's shot in for Andrechuk. And DiPietro takes it back to Gill, winding up, no shot. DiPietro coming in, centered it, hit a leg, back to him. DiPietro lost it to Zezel, and he got it a bit too high into the crowd, and the face-off will be inside the Blues line.
Well, the other half of Keenan's psychological move is after you've got the team rolling and they feel bad because they let their goalie down, you put Freer back in, and what Keenan's saying is, don't make me take him out again. And so Grant Freer's back in, and the Leafs get a couple of opportunities. Quick hands by Sundin as he pulled it from behind the net, but Freer with that left hand stuck it out and made the save.
Only 3:11 left in the period. And 43 seconds left in the penalty against Norton of St. Louis. And the Leafs line up, hoping to win this face-off to the right of Fuhr. They do not. The Blues pick it up cleanly, and McInnes waits and lifts one in wide of the net. Corson forechecking. Be happy to get a face-off inside the Leaf line. That would be fine. The dying seconds of the power play, 24 seconds to be exact, as Gill brings it up for Gartner. Gartner comes for the net, is in too far and trying to set it up. Didn't work. Murphy sets it up to Gill. Murphy will shoot it. Stopped by Fuhr. Big rebound. That's kicked out by Fuhr. That was a big, bad save by Grant Fuhr. Penalty coming up again against Toronto. It's Sergio Momesso who's upset, but he's going for interference.
Well, in the opinion of McCreary, Momesso tripped the St. Louis player as he was going to get a loose puck on the power play. And Brett Hull, who's been complaining about being hooked, grabbed, and tripped, and there's the call right there. Hull going to get the puck to try and get it out of the zone. Momesso trying to make sure Hull didn't get there. Grant Fuhr at his acrobatic best makes 2 big stops. There's one of them, and he'll make another one before it's all over on Gartner. And Grant Fuhr's agility that may have looked like it might have escaped him last year has returned. And that was always one of his greatest attributes as an NHL goalie.
That was a terrific right pad save by Fuhr. The one save and then the big rebound. And the second one was outstanding. 2:20 left in the period. And the Blues shoot it in. 3-2, St. Louis leading. They'll pass it around on this power play for St. Louis. Hall and McInnes. Hall again. McInnes waiting at the line. Hall goes to the net with it. It came close, but the shot by Pronger, who was in deep, hit the side of the net.
Well, Pronger circled the wagons from the right point when he saw Brett Hull having lots of time with the puck and no one challenging him. And he really has to pick it out of the air. Hull sees him coming, and there's the deflection from Howard, Chuck, and you can see that Pronger couldn't quite get enough wood on it to put it in. I think Pronger has caused some disappointment around here. First of all, he was traded for Shanahan, who obviously was a crowd favorite, so the fans are against him. The management's a little upset with his low intensity. Ambition without determination has no destination in the National Hockey League. Pronger's got all the skill, not quite enough fire burning in the belly yet.
And he has the puck now from center. Gets rid of it. McInnes takes the pass, shoots it in. Minute 20 left in the power play for St. Louis. Only 1:45 left in the period. And the Blues are up a goal. Pass comes back to Pronger again to Al McInnes. McInnes comes in with a shot, knocked down in front. Corson stopped that. Goes to Zessel, back to Pronger. To McInnes. Hall on the outside. No harm yet. Hall shoots. Hit a stick. Goes right to Pronger, and his pass was not a good one. Came out over the line. Hull brings it back in, but they're offside. 1:13 left in the period.
Well, every guy that's getting a penalty is pleading innocence tonight. And maybe referee McCreary could use a Ralph Waldo Emerson quote to answer his critics. What you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. And that looks like what's happening tonight. It's an interference penalty. And Corson is the culprit.
Came right on the offside call, and on the other side is where interference took place. Corson in the box. 41 seconds from now, the Leaf penalized player will be out. Blues 3, Leafs 2. Or even for now. Johnson steps over the line. Thornton moving up. We're in the final minute of the period. Johnson picks up the puck and is allowed to skate back out with it. Backs it up and around the net for Gill. Gill trying to move it. 15 seconds left in the Leaf penalty as Gartner comes up to the line, dropping it to Sundin. Hooking it in deep was Gill. Gartner drew it at the net, and the Blues easily clear the zone. Now Momesso is out of the penalty box. 30 seconds left in the period. Toronto with the extra man, and down a goal to St. Louis. They misfire in the first attempt to get in. Sundin is forced to go back thanks to the checking of Courtnall. Andrechuk decides he'll shoot it in. Gilmore along the boards against Pronger. Pronger got a stick on it. Andrechuk is in front of the net. Sundin took a whack at it. Sundin trying to get it back out. He does to Murphy. Murphy through the crowd with a shot. Right on the horn. It was cleared down the ice, and the period comes to a close. So the Blues got a couple of power play goals, and we'll remind you coming up after 40 minutes, our satellite hockey stove 3-2 St. Louis.
changing kind of thing.
Well, these old shoes come a long, long way. When the sun goes down.
It's crashing. We're moving in. We have a code. I need the crash cart. Ivy start. Let's move it, people. Let's move it. 1 milligram.
And then Andrechuk in a lead power play at 9:45. 2 power play goals by St. Louis. Howard Chuck at 11:49 and Corson at 14:27.
Let's have a look at the ice times for some of the key players. Al McInnes leads usually players on both teams. He's well on the way to another 30-minute, 32-minute game. Brad Hall, 17 minutes and 37 seconds after 2 periods, is a pile of ice time for any forward. Felix Potvin, who I don't think's been as sharp tonight, Bob, as I've seen him other nights. And certainly not as sharp as this guy's been.
The Blues have had only 15 shots on goal so far in the game, and they start the third period shorthanded. 47 seconds remaining in the Corson interference penalty. So Toronto, a short power play here to start the third, trailing 3-2. Shoot the puck in. Sundin and Murphy after it. Murphy trying to center it. It hit Sundin's skate and got back out. Murphy in deep on the play. Hall broke up a play at center ice and flipped it into the lead zone. St. Louis changing. Only 10 seconds left in the penalty now. Time for this rush maybe. And this has been thwarted at center ice. The Blues come in. A shot by Noonan. Not much on it. Corson is out of the penalty box now. The Blues are at full strength. St. Louis 3, Toronto 2. Pronger reaching to knock one down. And the Blues again flip it in. Creighton with a high backhander. Toronto back.
You got room, you got room, you got room.
Got a little room over there, and it comes back out to center ice. DiPietro falling. He put himself offside as he went to the ice. No control on it. Gardner brought it in behind him.
Well, here at the Kiel Center in St. Louis, we've got some of the highest scoring players among active NHLers. And these are guys with all over 450 goals. Andrechuk, Hull, Howardchuk, and Gardner. It's amazing the game hasn't had more than 5 goals scored with these snipers out here. 2 in each team.
Well, in fairness, there have been a lot of scoring chances missed in the hockey game. Fuhr has been the standout of the 2 goalies so far. 3-2 St. Louis. Offside pass across center, stops the play again, and a face-off inside the lead line.
Pat Burns feeling a little better tonight. He had dizzy spells, he told me, during the second period last night at Denver, suffering from the flu, and so he left the coaching up to Walmsley and Kitchen.
He told me he had to speak to one of the assistant coaches after the period because apparently you have to walk across the ice to get to the dressing room, and he wasn't sure he could make it.
Well, we've all had the flu. It's only when you get it you think it's worse than anybody else's flu.
Gill's pass to Henriksen. He made a good move at the line, centered it, but the Blues are on it quickly. Noonan skates away, up over the late line he goes. On the outside, he was kept out there with good checking. Didn't cross over in front. Got it again. Shot the puck ahead. Now Noonan lifting one in back of the goal, and the Leafs will clear it ahead. Randy Wood pass to the middle. Hendrickson was knocked to the ice by Creighton. Norton, the defenseman, again on the outside. His shot went up off the glass. Hull kept it in. And Gill easily passed it away. It got to Wood. Wood brings it back up and dumps it in over the St. Louis line as the Leafs want to make changes. Nearing the 3-minute mark of the third period. The Blues on the move with it. Cecil takes a look. Nobody with him. so he took the shot high and wide. Kenneth ahead with it. Turning back is Corey Barron to McInnes. Up to center. Corson brings it over the line. Put it on an open wing, and Zezel won't catch up to it. Stopped by Corson, though. He fed it in deep to him. Zezel got it back. Nobody could play it up the blue line. And the Blues have to come back again. St. Louis by 1 goal. As we near the 4-minute mark of the third period. Johnson started the play. Gilmore saw Sundin come in. Sundin against Pronger. Put it off the side of the net. Gilmore hooked it in front to Andrechuk. Sundin missed it. And it's Cardinal with great speed. Shoots! A high shot. Johnson got a stick in front of it. And it was deflected high. We'll be back after this.
For the whole family. The party starts right here. The powerful and the political.
Happy New Year! The newsmakers and the noisemakers.
And the just plain silly.
Jazz.
Find out why 1995 is the year of the farce. An all-new special New Year's Eve at 9 on CBC.
Week on Molson Hockey Night in Canada. Colorado is at Toronto and Buffalo at Montreal. Check your local listings for which game you'll be seeing. Tampa Bay and Vancouver in part 2 of the doubleheader. Tonight, don't forget, after this one, the Rangers in Edmonton. Chris Cuthbert and John Garrett, along with Ron McLean and Don Cherry. Right after this game, the second half of our Saturday night doubleheader.
Well, here's the youngest St. Louis Blues fan. You can see by that snappy Christmas bib, ordered by the Blue Note.
St. Louis 3, Toronto 2. 4 minutes into the third period. And the Blues on the puck in the lead zone. Some aggressive work by Peter Zezel. However, he lost his stick. Pretty good with the footwork, though, Peter Zezel. This time, stripped from him. Here's Zezel stealing it. Got a shot away. Potvin had to be alert. Sundin trying to work it through. Was stopped. Pure out of the net, lifting one away from him. And the play is called again. Face-off coming up inside the Blues line. Blues. Howard Chuck at center ice for St. Louis. He had one of the big goals. Second period, when the Blues had 2 power play goals. They clear it out. Off Wood's stick to center ice. Wood comes back. They roll it back to Janssen, his defenseman. The return pass. Wood upended. But he made the play for DiPietro, who shot it in deep. Norton back for St. Louis. Lead player hit hard. Back of the net was Gartner. 3 Blues on the attack. Johnson lost it. Corco got it back. Howard Chuck battles for it against DiPietro. It comes to Cardinal. And Potvin was ready for that shot. Made the save.
You mentioned Mike Gartner got hit. He got hit right in the mask with an attempted shoot-around by Jeff Norton. And you can see that he got pinched and cut. As Chris Broadhurst is looking after him here, it's a real vote for the helmet and the mask, because now here's Norton firing it high around right off the helmet. And masked Mike Gartner, and so Mike has a little cut to contend with. Seems to be all right. had no time at all to react to that one, to try and get out of the way of it. Gartner leads the team in goals, power play goals, and shots on goal.
McInnes' shot. Hall banned on it. Came off his stick. Right by Brett Hall. Just missed it. McInnes back again. Clearing it by Gilmore to center, but the Leafs will pound it back in. And it goes to Barron. Blues come out. 3 of them skate away to center. Lead pass to Hall. Coming for the net. The pass to Corson. And he was checked in time. Andrechuk can't move it away. Leafs are going to get it out, though. Long pass. A good one to center. Sundin trying to go in on Barron. Forced off to the boards to the right side. Creighton comes over to help. Creighton gets the puck ahead. That's Noonan trying to get loose for the shot and can't. Dumped by McCown. The Blues are on the puck in there. Creighton tried to center it at the side of the net. He's tied up. And it's Craig coming back for Toronto. Across center to Gilmore. He was going the other way. So Craig kept going. Gilmore now is there with him. It'll be Todd Gill stopping it at the point and driving a shot. That was blocked in front of the net by Norton. And the Blues are up again. It is Creighton set up. Noonan can't shoot it. And the Leafs stick handle out of the zone. Gill made 2 or 3 good moves to get it out. Besso a weak shot. And the Blues, who are leading 3-2, nearing the 7-minute mark of the third, come back up. Norton dumps it in. Again, very organized. Line change as the play goes right on by St. Louis. Craig, nice pass for Gill. He gets in a bit, but then falls. No shot. Leafs stop at Hudson shot right on there. Meso is covered by Dino. And the Blues hop away. They bring it back into Cardinal. His setup hit Domi's skate. Now Domi takes a pass at center. Comes over the Blues line, shoots the hard one, doesn't get through, sets it up. Domi gets in, and Pure got a piece of it. DiPietro trying to center it. He's stopped again. Wrap around, scores. DiPietro made a great move, stopped on the pass out attempt, and went around the net before Pure could cover, and the Leafs have tied the game.
Well, some furious forechecking by this trio of Baumgartner, Domi, and DiPietro. DiPietro, who has scored in 5 of his 8 games he's played with the Leafs since being recalled. Grant Pure makes a couple of stops, and then he gets into a helpless position here. He looked the wrong way, and by the time he wanted to come over here to his left, DiPietro beats him to the puck and then stuffs it in on the backhand. If DiPietro had been coming around on the forehand, he probably wouldn't have got it in. But 3-3 with 12:19 to go in the third period. Paul DiPietro scores his 4th goal since returning from the International League Houston Aeros.
7:41 the time of that goal by DiPietro. Domi and Wood drawing the assists. It's a 3-3 tie here in St. Louis. And 12 minutes left. Blues back. Started up. McInnes gets a second chance. Rolled it into Corson. It gets him behind the Leaf net. And McCown knocked one down. He skates out. Lead pass. Gilmore didn't see it come up. McCown brings it in this time for Sundin. Sharp angle for him, and Pure had no problem gloving that one, and he holds it. We have 11:38 left in the third period. The game is tied again.
Finally see him right in front of the net as he takes the Leaf player out. There's no doubt about it at all. Here's another look at the goal. DiPietro recovers the puck here. Pure thinks he's going to get it. And Grant could never get back in the net to prevent the goal.
So the Leafs, who have just tied the game, now have the man advantage and the puck inside the line. Janssen shot. Stopped in front and cleared quickly. Barron of St. Louis is in the penalty box. And the Leafs come out. 4 of them across the ice. Murphy got caught and had to shoot it. But the Leafs pick it up quickly. No icing. They're in on it. That's McInnes with 2 Leafs on him. Gardner on the ice again. Couldn't find it. A 2-on-1. St. Louis coming up. Corson shoots. Great save by Potvin. Corson shot for the far side, and the Leafs storm back. Gardner driving one that'll go into the crowd. Off the defenseman's stick and up high.
Well, Friday night, we know that Scotty Bowman broke Al Arbor's record for the most games coached. And take a look at some of the other stats that Bowman has amassed over his great career. The 2 that stand out to me are 6 Stanley Cups and 3 seasons with Hockey Night in Canada, Bob. That could have been his biggest test. The Leafs on the power play, and Larry Murphy comes down the boards, and Hall snaps it up into the middle, and a long 2-on-1. Norton, Corson. Corson decides to shoot it. It's nicely played by Johnson, who wouldn't allow the pass across to Norton.
Power play, Toronto. 1:11 left on it. The Blues get the face-off control and shoot at the length of the ice. We're tied 3-3. We are coming up to the halfway mark of the third. Toronto moving up. Extra man on the play. Shot it back to the net to Gilmore. Gilmore working it out. Gill's shot. Big rebound. Nobody could get a second shot, though. Gill is indeed turning on the boards to Gilmore and Sundin. Sundin back to the line to Murphy. Gill again. Shot deflected and wide of the net. Sundin to Gilmore. He's checked. Sundin will go to the line with it. And now to Gill. Gill back to Murphy. He's caught, so he drives his shot off the leg, and he gets it again. This time his shot is deflected high over the net. Leafs pass it around on the outside. Nothing dangerous from it close yet. On this power play, trying to take the lead back. It's Gilmore and Sundin. Sundin gets it back to Murphy near the line, and it came out over the line by an inch.
Well, Leon Stickle was right there, hoisted up on the boards in front of the St. Louis bench, looking right down at the puck coming out. .9:43 to go here, 3-3 in Kiel Auditorium. Stefan Matteau came in from New York, and you're having a look at the Edmonton Ranger warm-up at LaPerriere, the man that was traded. Doug Wade having a fine year, an underrated player if I've ever seen one in Edmonton. 50 points.
Blues 3, Leafs 3. And a face-off just outside the St. Louis line. In the penalty, only 4 seconds. And now that penalty has been killed by St. Louis. Craig can't get the play started from his own zone. Creighton brought it in for St. Louis. Too many Leafs in front of him. He couldn't do much. Blues are in the zone, got it back. Noonan had to push it off to the corner. He and Gill go in there together. Bump a little bit. The puck comes out to Creighton. Back to Noonan to Creighton around the net. Big Creighton turning away from McCown. Now he's pinned by 2 Leafs. Has no place to go. Hangs on to it though. Noonan centered it. And Toronto clears the puck to center by McInnes. You're out. Saw the lead forecheck to the end. So he shot it away. Messel going after his man, but Creighton outmuscled him and got the puck around on the boards and out. 8:40 left in the third, and the puck on the boards with 4 players looking for possession. Nothing happened.
If an NHL hockey player is not all wine and roses, you're looking at Paul Broughton, who was traded by Dallas to St. Louis for Carbonneau early in the season. So up came Broughton from Dallas, lived in a hotel for 2 weeks, then rented a house. His wife had to drive from Dallas, Bob, with the kids and dragging 2 horses they own up here. They came to the house, got the kids, got them in school, got the horses boarded. The next day, Paul came home and said he was sent to Worcester, Mass. of the American Hockey League. Broughton's wife says, "I'll see you when the season's over," and drove the kids and horses back to Minnesota.
Pittsburgh on a wing ding again tonight. 6 goals. Marial has 3 of them.
34. He's going to score 100 goals, Bob.
Toronto trying to take the lead. A low shot by Wood. Missing on the short side. Puck is lifted back to center ice by St. Louis. Pounded back in on the net. And Fjord took that Janssen shot on a bounce. Pronger for St. Louis. Courtnall now takes lots of time to move it up to Howard-Chuck. Shooting it from center. Hot bang out. The Blues are onto him, and Courtnall came in, but he couldn't find it. 3 Leafs come up. Woods pass into Domi, but he's going off now as they change. And the Blues are allowed some time to move it out. Al McInnes shoots along one end. Paul on the ice. Took it on a skate, but was checked. The Leafs get it as far as the line where McInnes was waiting. Paul is in there. Near the corner. The puck got by him. McInnes took a shot. Paul just missed it. Paul again shot it back of the net where McCown flipped it away from Corson. Again, sprung in on the boards. Corson comes out with the puck by Ellison. And the Leafs were lined up to clear it all right, with Sundin moving up with Andrechuk. Andrechuk trying to go to the net. Does! Great save by Fjord and Andrechuk. He made a pretty move to get in, though. Long shot. Fjord down to stop that. Another shot that went wide. Great pressure by Toronto. Gilmore to McCown. To Gilmore. Went through his skates. Gilmore has it, though, to Andrechuk. Bumped by McInnes. Andrechuk grabbed. Stays with it. And the puck finally cleared to center. We're in a 3-3 tie. The Leafs are putting on something here. Great effort when you think about Toronto's night in Colorado, and getting here at 5 in the morning or something like that. And you would think that the third period they'd run out of gas.
3 games in 4 nights. They had a game in Calgary that wasn't an easy one for them to play on Wednesday night.
They're on a trip of 7 games in 11 nights. Tough sledding. And a 3-3 tie now with St. Louis, and 6 minutes left in the third period. Noonan bumped by Gill. Puck gets back out to center, and Norton for the Blues. Trying to shoot it back in. Hendrickson stopped him. He has it again. Has to circle back. Norton and Pronger get together to move it up. Offside. That pass across the 2 lines. Offside call.
Here's the last
He gave him the puck, Bob, and then Al almost got his nose on it. He pulled it back. Now McInnes is going in the wrong direction, but Grant Fuhr, as he so often has, 5 Stanley Cup insignias on the back of his helmet. Many goalies can do that with their helmet, to tell the truth.
On the puck quickly to clear it away from the Leaf player. Wood was right in there on top of him. Johnson has to hurry back. Trying to hook it away from Johnson. The Blues grab it. It's Courtnall along the boards and going in for a shot. He's forced to push it away. Murphy is back. The crowd wanted a penalty call on Janssen. The Prairie allows them to keep going, and they do that, but they go offside at the Blues line. 4:58 left in the third period. Johnson and Janssen.
And at the other end, we got 4 or 5 guys involved. So the fans at either end of the rink had a little mini bout to watch the bigger one, a tag team affairs down here in front of Grant Fuhr's net. Domi's in the middle of it. in the middle of it.
Murray Barron right on top of Domi, and Domi is looking up and I'm sure saying something.
Johnson and Johnson, they make Band-Aids, don't they?
3-3 tie here in St. Louis.
Get tangled up and the winner gets a Band-Aid match right here. The play's going up to the other end. Watch these two guys. And then at the other end, we've got Ty Domi and Jeff Courtnall are the two main. Courtnall's down at the bottom, like a football huddle to me.
Under 5 minutes left in the third period now. Now, hand on it, trying to shoot it in. But Andrechuk put it in deep. And here come the Blues. Up to center to shoot it in. Dave Ellett, no problem getting back quickly against Hall. And the Leafs will quickly skate out. Gilmore put a dandy pass up to Sundin. He's stopped by Fuhr. He was tied up, though, by Corson, who was back there with him, but he did get the shot away. Fuhr made the save. Sundin back at the net. What a pass by Gilmore up to him. Sundin, big, strong, sweep with it. Got it out front. And the Blues clear it away. Something going on in behind the rush. Sundin didn't like what was happening to him and came up back at the Blues player. Finally, McCreary saw it, looked back, and stopped it. They'll get penalties.
Well, there's 2 penalties to start with. The Leafs are in a cranky mood tonight. Some players who don't get involved physically. Janssen was one. Here's Sundin. And here's Corson and Sundin are getting a big laugh out of this. Corson trying to get his head back to the shoulders there. So there are 2 penalties, 1 to each team, and maybe more. Well, it's nice to see the boys smiling at each other. And here's the action in front of the net where all this started. Barron and Andrechuk fighting for territory. And you can see down goes Sundin with Corson in front. That's what started that. Corson hits him with a short left jab. And as the puck goes into the Leaf zone, the little skirmish took place. Here's a great pass by Gilmore. Give Shane Corson credit. He took Sundin and didn't let him concentrate to get the chance and did not take a penalty on the play.
Only 2 penalties have been handed out by McCreary here in the third at this point. And it's Andrechuk of Toronto and Barron of St. Louis.
Well, Mike Keenan is a self-admitted risk taker. What about a risk? He traded Shanahan for Pronger. He signed Pure and Howardchuk as free agents. He bought Matteau and Noonan in from New York. And he says risk takers thinks progress always involves risk. And he once told me you can't steal second if your foot's still on first. And that's his philosophy. And it's worked everywhere but here. And it may well work here too.
All right, here tonight, he's in a 3-3 tie with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And 3:50 remaining in the third period. And Norton brings the puck up for Johnson. He shoots it back to him, centered it. Johnson going in. A pass, stopped it. Johnson couldn't quite control it. Leafs pick up his pass now and get it out across their own line. DiPietro shoots one in for Toronto. Pronger starts this play. Cardinal, he has been skating well tonight. Poked a pass up to the line. The Blues on the attack. Long shot right to the net. Hot bag, kicked it away, and here's Hudson back for Toronto. Getting over the line, and he dropped it. It'll be Hull who'll steal that. He's away. The crowd roars as Hull comes in with the brakes on. Now backs up. Now goes in with the shot. Right on. Hot bag the save. 2:50 left in the third. McInnes to Hull again. His pass was not a good one. And the Leafs steal it and come in. Sundin trying to get by McInnes. This time he couldn't. McInnes watching Sundin forecheck. Blues dump it down across the lead line. McCown played it ahead. Gilmore from Sundin. Dropping it. Murphy. Shot stopped by Pure. Flicked it away with the stick. Sundin on it. And a good move. Tried to make a second. But was stopped. And Noonan is away. Brings it back through center and shooting it in for Matteau. Matteau not used a lot tonight by Keenan. Is hammered back to the net. Threw a check himself. And the Leafs flip it in. 2 minutes left. Third period. At the Kiel Center in St. Louis. Off goal with Harry Neal. Scott Russell, Hockey Night in Canada crew. And Brett Hull on the move. In with Creighton. Creighton and Corson get together. Hull planned on it in front of the net. Back out for Mike Gartner and Wood. Gartner gets over the line. Take one way. Carried it the other. McCown outside the line when he knocked it down. Offside. 1:32 remaining in the third period.
Well, the Leafs are using 4 lines, not on a completely regular basis, but they're using their whole bench. Mike Keenan hasn't used his 4th line since the middle of the second period, and he's cheated heavily toward 4 defensemen. So whatever energy edge St. Louis might have had, I'm not sure they still have it. When you score 3 goals or more, it's a staggering statistic in the National League. Look at the Red Wings, and the St. Louis Blues aren't too shabby either. But they haven't got that 4th one yet.
Nor have the Leafs. With 1:32 left. 3-3 is your score. DiPietro, the tying goal. 7:41 here in the third period. The Leafs going offside again. This time it was Sundin and Gilmore crossing it up.
Now, here's a look at the play that scared the life out of the 18,000 fans here in St. Louis. The play was offside, but 2 of the more dangerous Leafs looking like they might have had a chance. The Leafs get on another charter tonight. That's the 3rd charter on this trip, and go to Dallas because they play Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock in Dallas.
Horrendous schedule.
Pretty tough, boys. 4 games in 6 nights in 4 cities, all of them over 2 hours apart.
Toronto Maple Leafs shooting the puck into the St. Louis zone. Corson takes the pass. Comes out with Hull. Brett Hull leaves it for Creighton, and here's Hull. A pass. Standing up there, covering the angle, makes a good save, and Gilmore comes back with Sundin to his right. Sundin didn't expect the drop pass. We're in the final minute of regulation time. It is Sundin again, twisting and turning away. At center, up for Andrechuk. He just shoots it in. Pure made sure it stayed away to the corner. And Lewis and control it near center. And it's chopped over the boards at the far side, stopping the play. We have 37 seconds remaining in the third period. We get a chance to say hello to you viewers have been watching the Montreal-Ottawa game. We are tied here in St. Louis at 3 goals apiece. I'm Bob Cole with Harry Neal and Scott Russell. Only 37.8 seconds remaining in the third period. So welcome aboard. This has been a good contest tonight between these two. The Blues trying to get something going and start back. Norton knocked one down and fed it in. Matteau wrapped it in back to the net. Murphy was there. And it's Henriksen against Matteau, who takes the hit but gets it out. 13 seconds left in the third. The Leafs on the attack here. Right in front. Low shot, just missing the net. Grant Pure watching that one go by. It's in front of him again. Time runs out though. And the horn goes to end the third period with these two tied at 3. That's Matteau and Craig with a few words, but the officials are in quickly to get them apart. Shots 33-23 in favor of Toronto. We are tied at 3, and we have overtime coming up in St. Louis.
So a smart play by DiPietro, and in addition to being quick enough to execute it, he was smart enough to see it.
Fuhr had a chance to knock it away, and he tried to do that. When you see him jump to his right now, watch what he does with the stick. He'll go to his right and try to knock it away, then lost it.
He did poke check it, then he couldn't get his glove on it. So he gambled and lost.
But he hasn't lost many times tonight. He has made some scintillating saves for St. Louis. And not as busy as Fuhr. Fuhr, he had 33 shots to handle, stopped 30 of them.
And he took 10 minutes out, I think it was. 10 minutes and 29, or 9:45.
Right, he didn't stop them all. Racine was in for
Racine came in and made one big stop on what we thought might have been a goal. So here we are in overtime, and for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 3 games in 4 nights under the circumstances, overtime's a compliment to them.
Well, we shall see what we shall see. Mike Keenan hoping to get one early with a big line on. Zessel has been moved up now to this line with Hull on the right and Forsen on the left. Zessel started the game on the 4th line.
Pat Burns just pointed to Ty Domi and the rest of the bench as if to say, you're going to get it.
Here comes the shot. Score! Right off the back. Sundin gets the pass. It took 6 seconds for that to happen, and Gilmore set him up. He drilled it through Fuhr, and the Toronto Maple Leafs win a big one tonight here in St. Louis, 4-3.
And Grant Fuhr, who has been phenomenal tonight, missed one because right off the faceoff, I don't know where the left winger went or where the left defenseman went, because neither one of them were in the picture. Sundin's playing right wing. Now watch what happens. The winger lets him go, and Murray Barron comes in to get the puck, and Gilmore beats it to him. Zessel didn't hold up Gilmore. The left winger didn't hold up Sundin, and Barron lost the race for the puck. 3 reasons why it's 4-3 Leafs, and Fuhr right through his leg.
Well, we mentioned how Keenan had the big line on for St. Louis, and we were about to say that Burns was happy with Gilmore and Sundin and Andrechuk, and look what happened. 6 seconds. They win the face-off. They go in on the right. Gilmore feeding a beautiful pass to Sundin. He scored it and won the game for Toronto.
Finishes in both buildings this evening. Here are the Molson 3 stars of our 2 telecasts on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC. At the Kiel Center in St. Louis, Matt Sundin last week scored to give Gilmore his 1,000th point. Tonight he's the hero in OT. He is star number 3. The second star is Doug Gilmore, and the number 1 star on the evening from the St. Louis Blues, despite the loss, Grant Fuhr continues to roll as netminder for Mike Keenan. And at Ottawa, the Molson 3 stars this evening, Brian Savage. You'll hear from him as we move along tonight. Andrei Kovalenko, the second star, and the number 1 star for the Canadians, Saku Koivu. The Habs win at Ottawa, and the Leafs win on the road to salvage this trip. We'll have more, including some comments to set up the New York Rangers and Edmonton Oilers in Game 2 of our doubleheader next on Molson Hockey Night in Canada on CBC from Edmonton Coliseum.